The SEC is dead, and other overreactions from Week 1. Please subscribe to RZ News for more updates. If there's one thing I've learned from being a college football fan for the majority of my 32 years on this earth, it's that you should, almost, never overreact to Week 1 results. But after watching every single team I was rooting against pull out victories this past weekend, I was left committing the very cardinal sin I told myself not to. Luckily, for the purposes of my sanity, I am not alone. A quick scroll through my X timeline told me all I needed to know about the overreactions taking place across social media, and I thought it would only be right if I shared them with you and commented on whether they were valid points or complete hysteria. Buckle up, there will be hot takes ahead. It's been a whole lot of fun watching Big Ten fans crow about how overrated the SEC is and how they'll be lucky to get 2 teams into the playoffs and all, but this is a massive overreaction from everyone preying on the downfall of the best conference in college football for the past 2 decades, Outkick employees included. People will point to losses by Texas and Alabama, more on them later, as irrefutable proof that the conference is on its way out to pasture, but a closer look shows us the SEC is still right there near the top as it has been for years. Texas lost a road game to a preseason top 5 team by 1 touchdown while breaking in a new starting quarterback. Just because Paul Feinbaum named his cat after Arch Manning doesn't mean the kid was ready to play big-time competition. For Christ's sake, the majority of Manning's playing time came against G5 competition in Mississippi State, who many would argue should probably be relegated to G5 status. Texas still has an incredible defense, highlighted by the fact that they held the nation's best receiving core largely in check on Saturday, along with a great stable of running backs, so expect them to be right there at the end of the season as Arch continues to grow. As for the rest of the league, did everyone forget Georgia still exists? How about LSU going into a hostile environment against a top 5 team and going home with a W? And don't forget about some of the other SEC dark horses ranked in the top 25 expected to compete for playoff spots, like Oklahoma, Florida, South Carolina, and Tennessee. The SEC is still deep and has just as much of a chance of winning it all as the Big Ten or any other league, so miss me with that SEC is dead in the water talk. I've seen this theory floating around quite a bit after a lackluster Week 1 relative to our expectations, and while it's worth exploring as I feel there is some validity to it, it still feels a little like an overreaction to me. There is probably a good bit of merit to the idea that teams who went heavy in the transfer portal need a little longer to gel. I don't think that's why we had such a sloppy Week 1. Teams playing below TH.